On return now, media personality Christine Hamilton, the businessman Adam Brooks and former Labour Party advisor Matthew Laza. Speaking of Harry, it's less than a week until he's expected to make his historic appearance in a British courtroom, becoming the first royal to give evidence in person since the 19th century. And coincidentally, it's been revealed the King will not be here. He's instead hiking in Transylvania. Harry will be taking the stand next Tuesday against the Daily Mirror. It's not his only court case on that date, though, because in America, the US government is going to appear in court after the conservative think tank, the Heritage Foundation, demanded they release Harry's visa application after he bragged about his drug use in Spare. Meghan not expected to be present at either showdown, so Harry's dad and brother both don't want to see him, and his wife is sending him to London on his own. So, Christine Hamilton, it feels like Prince Harry's becoming a bit of a pariah, and this is clearly a big change in strategy now. They were meant to be the main stars of Netflix, and all of a sudden the Sun's reporting we're not even going to see them on screen again.
Well, if that's true, let's see. They're not going to get as much money for being behind the camera as they are for being in front of the camera, so we'll see about that. But I don't know whether Harry or his lawyers have actually prepared him properly for what it's like to be cross-examined in the High Court. I mean, he's going to find it, I think, a bit of a shock. He's not the brightest button. I think he could well be heading for a fairly major fall over all this. But I must say, you couldn't make it up, could you, that the King is hiking in Transylvania? Of all the things he could be doing, he could be having a fishing holiday in Balmoral or something. But he's not. He's hiking. He's got a house there. Of course, It's not unusual. But of all the things he could be doing, you have to laugh.
I think it is very pertinent timing. I mean...
But it would have been booked ages ago. I'm not suggesting he's deliberately organised it. That would have been in his diary for months and months.
I'm sure he's quite happy about it.
I'm sure he's very happy about it.
I mean, the thing is, this is going to be interesting, Matthew Laza. The whole reason that royals don't give evidence in court and haven't done so since the 19th century is because it's so risky. I mean, you are under oath.
Absolutely.
You cannot lie. You're committing perjury. And the problem is, we've seen Harry commit moral perjury lots of times in these sit-down interviews with his close mates like Oprah Winfrey and Tom Bradby and Anderson Cooper. And those are folk who aren't actually trying to trip him up. So this is highly risky, isn't it?
It's incredibly risky. And, of course, we've seen with quite a lot of cases where judges have commented on the quality of the witness. I mean, can we just imagine that, you know, putting the judge in the position of having to say that Prince Harry was an unreliable witness? So, I mean, I think his dad has done the elegant thing. But, you know, when it's all over, something needs to be done. The family, the firm, is going to have to embrace him only in the sense of giving him some care and seeing where he's at, because it's these endless court cases. It's like Jarndyce versus Jarndyce and Dickens. I mean, they're kind of, when will they end? I'm so confused about which one's which in London, never mind the situation in America as well. So he is, I mean, he's a troubled soul. I think his dad's doing the right thing by elegantly being out of the country, but ultimately, you know, he needs an arm putting around him. He needs to apologise to his stepmum, but he needs an arm putting around him and some support given.
Well, and who is the person who should be doing that? His wife. That's what a wife is for.
Do you think it's bad that Meghan's not planning to come?
I do. She should be here to support him at the end of the day in court. She should be there to say...
Yeah, if she wants to have the war with the media, she should be standing at his side.
Maybe she will. Maybe she will. But what we've seen over the past few months is her leave Harry to do all of this on his own. I mean, Adam Brooks, though, do you have faith in our judicial system? Because I actually, and, you know, a lot of people criticise me for saying this, but I don't believe Harry is going to be treated the same way as any other.
I don't either. I really don't.
Well, if I was the newspapers, I would make sure I got absolutely ace cross-examining barrister, someone...
Let's hope it's not a lefty Republican judge as well.
This is so sensitive, and this could sort of...
Or for their point of view, let's hope that.
This could really damage the royal family, so I think... I don't believe he's going to be treated, you know, as the average person. But again, with King Charles,
well, a lefty barrister, sorry to interrupt, a lefty barrister who's not interested in the royal family could say, this is my moment.
I mean, to be fair, he has already lost a case, of course.
Goes for the jugular.
The case about the police protection. So at least the courts have shown that they are willing to say no to him.
I mean, look, I'm just going to be completely honest. Every time Harry, since he left the royal family, has given any sort of interview, he has told lie after lie after lie. He told lie after lie after lie in his book Spare. We can prove that.
The car chase.
The car chase, exactly.
I mean, being what they're about, it's for attention, and I think King Charles needs to distance himself and stay out of this circus.
But a judge doesn't want to...
Exactly. Being in court's the ultimate fact-checker.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is, but a judge doesn't really want to be in a position where a member of the royal family is perjuring themselves.
let's hope he doesn't put himself in that
That's
position.
up to Harry, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not for the judge to decide. It's up to Harry
Yeah, but
to
the problem is,
decide whether he's
Christine,
going to perjure
I
himself.
think this bloke lives in a fantasy world. Now, he has started to believe in his own delusions. So if he can actually tell the truth under serious cross-examination, I will be amazed. But time will tell. We've got a special edition of the show, of course, next Tuesday night.